Hey there guys, welcome back to another exciting battle report brought to you by Gaming Grots. Today we're going to be battling out in the unique mission, the Frigid Zephyr. So in this mission there's the unique mission battle parameter, the Ferocious Squall. So at the start of the battlefield is affected by a squall. Until the squall dissipates, units more than 12 inches apart are not visible to each other. In addition, until the squall dissipates, models cannot fly. So at the start of each battle round after the first, after determining which player will take the first turn, if the squall has not dissipated, the player taking the second turn rolls a die and adds the number of the current battle round to the score. And on a 7+, the squall dissipates. Right, so on start of turn 2 on that 5 or 6+, could get rid of the squall, and then it just gets easier every turn after to try and get rid of that squall. It can be really impactful if you're one of those shooting armies, kind of like Caradron Overlords, Lumineth, or maybe even running the Bow Snakes with Daughters. So little scary mission if you got ranged heavy focus in your army list. Today we got the 3 objectives going down the center on diagonal, and then the deployments are in the opposite corners that do not have objectives in them. We got all of our ruins, got some foresty landscape. We'll just have to envision that there's the blizzard going on here. Alright, let's take a look at those armies. Hey there guys, Patrick here, bringing out the Sons of Behemoth again. Today we're going to be trying out the Stomper tribe over the Breaker tribe. Still going with Grand Strategy Slaughter of Sorcery, see if we can deal with all those wizards, and then taking the Triumph Inspired. Today for leaders we've got King Broad coming out for a showing. He's going to take our Nullstone Adornment, the hand-carved Nullstone icon, so we can get some unbinds off possibly. General for today is the War Stomper. He's taking the command trait Eager for the Fight, so he can charge 3d6. And then artifacts, he's got the Glowy Shield of Protectiveness, so he ignores Rend 1, it doesn't reduce Rend of 1, so Rend 2 and 3 is still Rend 2 and 3. And then if he gets a 6-up save unmodified in close combat, he does bounce that back as a mortal wound. And then lastly for big megas, we've got a Gatebreaker, and he's taking the artifact Amulet of Destiny, just to help make him a little more resilient. And then we've got the 3 Man Crusher Mob, bringing us up to 1890, and we're going to have 1 battalion bosses of the stomp because we don't have 2 mobs to fit those guys into a Foot Sloggus, and that gets us our extra relic. So it'll be 1890 today. Let's take a look at Jesse's army.
Hey guys, bringing back another Gloomspite GITS list just to really put them through the paces, see what they can do versus other armies. So for this list I'm going to be trying to do a little bit different, but still relatively the same. So I'm going to be still keeping the Jaws of Mork just to get the extra attack. Did debate going with King's GITS just to try and get more models out of the shrine faster, but I think the extra attack on the charge is just, like 30 extra attack is just too good. For Grand Strategy I took Protect the Shrine. For Triumph, which I will not be getting this time, was Bloodthirsty, so reroll charge rolls. I've also, going over the actual list, I've taken the Squig Boss as the general again with the Clammy Hand, so getting to use the Shrine twice. I've taken Scragrot the Loon King, Madcap Shaman with Hoarfrost, and Grincrack the Great and his Warband. For the battle line, I've taken 2 units of 36 Squigs, 2 units of 5 Bounders, and then under the other category, I've taken the Gobapalooza. And I've given them the spell Squiglure. I've also taken the command Entourage to get Magnificent, to get an additional Triumph just so that I get more reroll charge rolls. Unfortunately, I'm at 1940, so Patrick will be getting it, but that's alright. And then the other stuff in a Battle Regiment, which brings me down to, I believe I'm 5 drops because unfortunately the Gobapalooza couldn't fit, so we're going with basically the Magnificent plus the Battle Regiment plus a 1 drop. So yeah, that'll be 1940 points of Squigs.
Alright, so after deployment we have the Mega Gargants sprawled out, ready to come crashing forward and begin their great game of whack-a-mole today, trying to deal with all these Squigs. So we got my General right behind the Man Crushers, we got the Gatebreaker in the center here, and then we got Broad off to the right. Probably play a little not so aggro with him so we can make sure we try and get some of his prayers going off. And then we look down at the horde of frogs and squigs and squig frogs. Just so many. Lots of pesky heroes in among the horde, ready to give out all those amazing buffs and make those squigs get turned up to 11. And then after we deal with them once, we have to deal with them twice. But with that, as you guys might have heard, and when we were talking about our armies, Jesse was a 5-drop and I was a 3-drop. So I have control of turn 1 priority, and with that, we are going to be letting the SQUIGS go first.
All right.
So we're going to be getting into the SQUIGS and the Gloomspite turn 1 hero phase. Alright, so turn 1 hero phase for Gloomspite. What's your battle tactic going to be, Jesse?
So we're going to be going for magical dominance. Luckily, Patrick deployed outside of unbind range, so
Yeah, Brod's all the way over here, my bad.
it gets free range of casting, so just going to get that one out of the way.
Perfect. Alright, let's
primal?
make some primal. Jesse makes one, I make one.
You get 2.
2 primals.
Alright.
And then for heroic action, I'm just going to go for a CP on Gatebreaker up front there. He's going to get it.
Okay. I'll go for a CP on the Grinnak.
Grinnak
No.
is not.
And then also at the start, we're going to say that the objective for his Loon Court is going to be the center one here.
To get them that 4-up ward that they love.
Yep.
And then also Jesse started his moon in this far corner here, so it's going to follow the objectives diagonally across the board and help give those guys those sweet buffs.
Yeah. So for other kind of hero phase buffs, we're going to try and go for a Goblin Whatnots roll onto them.
Onto
So
the
2
front
plus. They get it, and we're just going to give them the -1 rend, so on the Frog Squigs.
Nice.
We're also going to give the Frog Squigs the 6s to hit, do mortal wounds.
Perfect.
And I think that's everything that we get for free, quote unquote. So now we'll start doing some casting. So Madcap's going to go for Hoarfrost on them.
Got it. Doesn't even need the primal.
Goes off. So what are they getting? What are they getting? We'll make them.
You already gave them +1 rend, right?
We'll make them rend 3 anyways.
All right.
Can't not.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
So we'll just put that 3 there so we remember. We're gonna also try and cast Squiglure from Scragrot on them.
Got it.
Just to give them a reroll.
Ooh, loves it.
Okay, so we got that one. We're gonna go with the spell from I think it's the shroom guy.
From the Gaba?
The fungoid cave guy. We're gonna basically make a cloud of spores to make all my units -1 to hit within 12 of him.
Okay.
Goes off no problem. It's a psychic miracle today. And then we've got one more spell. So I think we're just gonna go for. I don't think we need Mystic Shield, do we? You know what? Let's go for a green-handed Gork on them just to teleport them.
All right. See if we can get rid of some bounders.
7 goes off. It's got a
Alright.
+1. So they're just gonna get picked up.
Gonna be plopping somewhere far over here.
Oh, we're going right here.
Ooh. All right.
You want us? You can come get us.
All right. So those guys are teleporting in the back, and then that's going to be it for your cast.
That should be everything for the hero phase, yeah.
All right. So with that, we're going to get into Gloomspite, turn 1, movement phase. All right. So after the movement phase, the goblins and squigs are coming forward. Everybody coming forward a bunch, getting out of their deployment zone almost and getting on those objectives, making sure Jesse secures the 2 objectives that he needs to. Bounders skirting along the edge there. Jesse didn't want to fully commit them to the far objective because he doesn't want to give Broad an easy charge. And then the bounders still just sitting put. That teleported in the back corner going to be a little nuisance. But with that, that's going to be it for Gloomspite turn 1. Jesse's not going to overextend and try the charge just yet. So with that, he's going to get his battle tactic because he got more than enough casts off in the hero phase for 2 points, and then score 1, score 2, and score more. So that'll be a max 5-point turn for Gloomspite as we get into Sons of Behemoth, turn 1 hero phase. Alright, so turn 1 hero phase for Sons of Behemoth. Our battle tactic's going to be led into the Maelstrom. I'm just going to try and get either a hero and battle line unit to both charge, and as long as one of them is still in combat at the end of the turn, we get that battle tactic. For heroic action, we're going to try and get a command point on my general. He gets it.
I'll try to get a command point on Grincrack again. Nope.
He does not. And then for prayer, I don't know if we really need the Ren. We can crack through the Squigs armor pretty good. Squigs are just a 6-up save.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think he's just going to throw out a bless on himself. just to give himself a 6-up ward, which he does get off. So Brond has the 6-up ward.
Okay.
And that's going to be it for hero phase. We'll get into Sons of Behemoth, turn 1 movement phase. Alright, so into the movement phase, Broad advanced up, Gatebreaker moving around the terrain there, the Man Crusher is advancing up because those guys can advance and charge as long as they're wholly within 15 of a Mega Gargant. And then my General moving along, ready to join up the ranks. He can make a big long charge into the far Squigs possibly, or if we have room we might be able to get him in with these Squigs here. But with that, we're only going to be throwing 1 rock, going to be from our Gatebreaker into the Squigs up front. Actually, they're going to go into the Underworlds unit there.
Okay.
Try and pop those guys before they get to that objective. So hitting on a 3, hits. Wounds out of 2, wounds. That's Ren 3, 4 damage.
4 damage, so just kills 2 guys.
Got rid of 2 of them. And then with that, that's going to be it for shooting. Can go right into charge phase. So we're going to try with the Man Crushers first. Got to make sure these guys get in there. They're absolutely going to get in there. So going 11. Ooh, you can kind of fit in and around. Yeah, I can kind of go.
Just make sure you might want to leave room for your other guy.
I think it's okay. He'll be kind of overkill here with these guys and the others. Get in there. See their impacts. Let's double check for those guys. Yeah, so it is still 2+ for them. So each of those guys. Oh, sorry, gotta grab one more dice here. Alright, so 2+ for those guys. Oh, so just 2 going off, so 2d3 mortals. So that's going to be 4 mortals into the squig so far.
Okay.
And then going to charge with the mighty Gatebreaker. 6 is going to be more than enough for him. Just come plonk right into those guys. And then see if his impacts go off on a 2+, which they do for d6, for 5 mortal wounds into the squigs.
Okay. I think we're going to take some handlers, actually, because I don't think they'll survive, but I said 5.
Yep.
So 2 and 1.
Got it. And then the super long bomb from my general. He needs a 16 to make it to that second unit of squigs. See if he can do it. Oh, 15.
So close.
He has a reroll, the extra CP, so we might as well use it. 12. Nope, he tried. Super close, but just out for him. And then so with that, we can go to monstrous actions. So the Man Crushers, if these guys do a stomp, the Bull Stomper, he can do a 2+ for each Man Crusher Gargant in the unit, and you add 1 to the number of mortal wounds caused. Okay. So it's kind of slightly different because these guys, like multiple monster units, only 1 monstrous action technically is kind of going off. So they're going to try and stomp those guys, which they do. So it's D3 + 2. So it'll just be 3 mortal wounds into those guys.
So kill the wounded one and a
fresh one. And then I think, yeah, we can do it. They're Bravery 3.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to do the Primal Roar, the unique Sons of Behemoth one. So 2d6, anything over the Bravery is how many models?
This is in the charge phase still, right?
Yeah, this is still charge phase. So 7, so it's just going to be 4 squigs are going to just be removed.
4.
Awesome, and then that's going to be it for charge phase and the monstrous actions. So with that, we are going to get into the combat phase, and we're going to be going with the Man Crushers first. Alright, so after piling in with the Man Crushers, there's still over 20 squigs in the unit, so we get our awesome buffs for being War Stomper Man Crushers. So these guys are getting +2 damage onto their club attacks, which we're going to start with, and we're going to give these guys all-out attack first.
Grinak's going to use his ability to make them fight on death.
Absolutely. So these squigs are still going to pack a punch, but at least this way they're not hopefully going to get to fight twice. Too many of them. So we are giving these guys all-out attack, normally hitting on 3s, going to 2s, and these are going to be 4 damage clubs. Ooh, lots of ones.
We like it.
We don't.
Dodge, squigs, dodge!
It's very Gargant. Oh, and then wounding on 3s, so only 3. So Rend 1, but that's still 12 damage.
Okay.
So that'll kill 6 squigs.
So we're going to take the ones going into there.
Yep. Oh, sorry, and we also, to start, we have to do our, should have done stuff them in the bag first. These are on 4 pluses, just to, so 2 of them are stuffed in the bag, and those don't trigger fight on.
They do count for morale though, right?
Yes, because it is just removed.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 are fighting you now.
Yes.
I'll just
yeah, we'll go through it, see how many you're gonna fight after all these get through, and then there are 3 Ed butts. So hitting on 3s because of all out. Oof, only 1 hit. 1 wound. It is Ren 3.
Straight through.
4 damage. So
2
another
more.
2 squigs. And then 3 mighty kicks hitting on 2s. Ooh, so many 1s right now. And wounding on 3s. Ooh, just 1. Again, the Ren goes through, so it'll be D3 for 2 damage, getting 1 more squig.
Okay. So those ones have to go into there because they're not close enough. So the purple ones will be the ones going into
my big mega, or into the man crushers.
Yeah, man crushers.
And then orange, Jesse's going to try and do some damage into the mega gargant and maybe try and bracket him.
So heading on 4s, but 6s do a mortal wound, 3s to wound, and then -3 rend.
Ooh.
So I'll put the 6s first. And then let's grab all the other ones.
Looking pretty
So
good.
the thing is, you might have to roll these because they still get to roll to wound as well. So I'll just, I guess, throw these in the pile here.
In addition.
Yeah. So they do it in addition.
So yeah, these ones will go through.
Okay.
Flat,
so 3
because that's into
damage.
the man crusher,
Okay.
and then this is 6 there. Sorry.
Yeah. So
you can roll.
Give me a 6 up.
Because he does have his amulet.
Cool.
Okay,
Ooh.
he'll stop 4 out of the first
All
6
right, all right.
wounds.
And then
2 so far.
3s to wound. Oh, and then I forgot my other dice here.
Yeah.
Now that I mentioned it.
So yeah, 6 orange and then the 3 purple as well. There we go.
All right, so we're looking at, let's split these up. So
5 into man crusher.
and they're run 3.
So that's straight through, and then you did 3 mortals, so that's 8 into them.
Okay. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 into big boy.
Not again straight
Yep.
through because of Ren 3. But he
Got some sharp teeth.
He has a ward at least, and just 1 damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll stop one of those. So he takes 8. So he's taken 10 total.
Not too
Won't
bad,
bracket
boys.
him, but it's still a very good start. Almost a third of his life.
Okay. And then I guess they get to go now.
And then that was just the fighting on death from all the squig action. Man crushers are done, so now they can pile in and try and probably finish off at least 1 man crusher here. All right, so after piling in squigs, Jesse tried to get as many into the man crushers and just the couple that had to go near the mega. So he's got 4 going into the mega, and then everybody else is going into the man crushers here.
Into the mega. Ooh, we got a lot more wounds at least. 4 mortal wounds.
4 mortals to start. So that's 3 more damage on him.
Okay. And then got 6
6.
-3.
And another 5, so he takes another 8 damage, making him at 18.
Not too bad. And then into the man crushers.
All right, let's see it.
Let's go 1, 2, 3 so far, I think.
Decent. So yeah, 3 mortals, so almost finishing. He's got 1 wound left.
Okay, and then freeze. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17.
So 17. Okay, so that's 12 into 1. The 1 remaining into guy with 1 left. And then that's 13, and then there'll be 4 damage on the remaining man crusher.
Not too bad, Squigs. Not too bad.
Too bad at all. Let me fix this wound I didn't get right over here. There we go. All right. Woo, man crushers. Ouch.
They did some damage though. Well, I guess they whiffed pretty freaking.
They whiffed pretty hard for their 4 damage clubs.
Yeah.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
They're just a little man crushers. So with that, time for the Gatebreaker to see if he can finish off these squigs. But any he kills are still going to get to do their fight on death, unfortunately. So hitting on 4s for him. 3 hits. wounding on 3s. So 2 wounds, that's just 8 damage.
Okay.
And then his 2 stomps, both hit. Oh, no wounds. And then his death grip hits and wounds. I'm gonna go straight through for 6 damage. That's a nice death grip.
That's 3 squigs.
So 3 squigs.
So
7 are gonna get to fight again.
going into him though.
Yeah, all into the mega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4. Said 7, right? I think that's what we had.
Yep.
There's some 6s.
We got 5 mortals to start.
Yep.
Oh, takes all those.
And then, not bad, not bad. 4, 8, 9, minus 3.
Again, just gets his ward save. Stops at least a couple of those. So he takes 7 more, so that was another 12 damage. He's got 30 damage on him.
Good job, Squigs.
So we're just going to do his remaining wounds for now. So he's got 5 left, and this one's got 8 left. That was a lot of damage from the Squigs there, everybody.
That's what we want to do.
With that, they're going to fail their morale miserably, but Jesse gets a chance for them to do some damage on the way out. These awesome Squigs.
So I have to go into him.
Yeah, into the Man Crusher.
3 plus. He's going to take 4, 5 mortal wounds.
5 mortals. He's still alive, but he is hurting. Ooh, where's my 9? There it is.
But you did eliminate them.
We got rid of 1 unit of Squigs. But now we'll see how quickly they might come back.
Well, unfortunately, it's at the end of my turn, so
It's all good.
not as fun.
And we are definitely going to use command point to make these guys auto pass morale. I do not want my last Man Crusher to flee because he does have the chance. So with that, that is going to be it for Sun's turn 1. And unfortunately, I'm going to give up my battle tactic because we wiped through them all. So we're not going to get let into the Maelstrom. It's pretty hard. A lot of things we're going to charge into here. We're just kind of going for more of that destruction thing. It's hard sometimes for Suns to get those battle tactics. So got to make sure we're getting that objective score and just really making sure we're smashing through some stuff. So it's going to be 3 points for Suns because we're going to have score 1, score 2, score more. So 5-3 in favor of Gloomspite after 1. But we're going to go to turn 2 priority roll. Whoa.
Hey,
All right,
I will
Squigs
take
keep control, and we're going to get into Gloomspite, turn 2, hero phase. All right, so start of turn 2 hero phase. I'm going to see if the squall disappears. Doesn't really affect Jesse too much, but makes it easier for me to throw rocks. So nope, the squall is still in effect. And then Jesse's going to see if the moon moves, because this can always impact his battle tactic.
It does.
It is going to go to the center, so the entire battlefield is illuminated by the light of the bad moon.
So with that, we're going to actually have to change the battle tactic we're going to go for. We're going to go for follow the moon. So have more objectives than you and have everything in my army under the moon.
Perfect. So easily gets everything under the moon and then just has to get that second objective back from us, which probably will be doable because he just has to do 5 damage to the Mega there and 3 damage to the Man Crusher there because that first unit of Squigs did a lot of damage out the door. So with that, going to go to see if we make some primal dice for Jesse. I make 1.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You will be in range for some unbinds now.
I'll try to get a command point on Gridnack again.
Okay.
No.
Oh, he doesn't want it. We're going to try and heal the Gatebreaker. Come on. Oh, just not.
So for hero phase stuff, we're going to give them the 6 mortal wounds.
Yep, on the Squigs.
Yep, we're going to make them -1 rend as well. Or so on a 2+ they get that. They do. And now we've got some casting. So let's give them Hoarfrost.
Are you going to use your primal on that?
Nah.
Alright, we're going to try and stop that. With the primal. Oh, just tied it.
Okay.
So Hoarfrost will go off.
And they get... we're going to make them hit on 2s.
Hit on 2s.
We're going to also go for the Fungoid. Yeah, we'll go for his Cloud again.
Okay.
Nope.
Does that go on?
We'll not throw Primal at that.
Yeah, with the 1 there.
And then we've also got, for safety, we'll give him Squig Lure as well.
Okay. Goes off.
We will throw Primal just because, I guess you have no more denies, right?
Nope, no
okay,
more.
so we'll just leave
good.
it. And then finally, we're going to just cast Scragrot's signature spell at him.
You got it.
Which goes off on a 8 technically, but only on roll 7 dice. 7. So he's taking 6 mortal wounds.
Ooh! Gotta save 2 of these. He saves none of these. I guess we could do a timber roll because he falls pretty 5. I could make him fall on the underworld, which he will. So we'll just do D3 mortal wounds to those guys for 1, and then the character for 1 as well.
Okay.
Which you could pass, I guess.
Yeah, so passes it, so just kills it.
Kill one of the team there. Ooh, Mega falling fast.
Okay, I don't think we need to do anything else in the hero phase. So I think we can go to the movement phase.
All right, so you're gonna go to Gloomspite, turn to movement phase. All right, so the Squigs coming around. We're looking to charge into the front and center there.
They rolled a 2 for the movement, though.
Yeah, unfortunately they didn't get the biggest movement, and then we redeploy with the Man Crusher, and he got a nice 4. So he's making the charges pretty hard here for the Bounders that have come over. They needed 11. The Squigs needed 12, or Jesse's other unit of Bounders that came advancing over. Fortunately, they couldn't get all their movement because the Squall's still active, so they couldn't fly just over the terrain. They had to go around just ever so slightly. And then everybody else staying behind the Squigs, moving over here. Jesse has control of this, so he doesn't have to actually stay on it. But he does want to make this charge.
Because I do need to get more objectives.
Yeah, he needs to get one of these units on the objective. Even if he doesn't end up killing the Man Crusher. Well, I guess he does need to kill the Man Crusher. He's worth 10. Yeah. So you need to bring him down. But if you got both units to make the charge,
or if we do
numbers will do it. Yeah.
All right, so let's start with the unit in the back.
All right. So going into the Bounders.
Nope. Let's reroll.
Oh, there's the 12.
Right,
so those guys are going to go moving in, and we'll see where they end up. All right, so here's where the Bounders ended after their charge. Going to see their impacts and see if they can deal with the Man Crusher.
4 up.
That's going to be 3 mortal wounds, and that is going to be the death of the Man Crusher. I think we forgot last time, but we've gone too far. These guys also do get to do a little timber and see if they can fall. So we'll roll off to see. Jesse gets a 1. I get a 1.
5.
4. All right, so he will
away.
fall away from the Bounders and not do any damage to those guys. So that will definitely get Jesse the objective there, because he has at least one of those guys within 6 inches. But if he also wants, he still has 3-inch pile-in if he wants to move closer.
So
but he has to move closer to the nearest enemy
so
target, so that might take him out of the objective. So hence why those guys are probably just going to stay put.
Okay.
But Jesse has score 1, score 2, score more, and then that completes his battle tactic with everything being under the light of the bad moon and having more objectives. So that'll be another 5 points for Gloomspite.
I'm just going to see if I get my other unit of Squigs back.
See, do they come back?
They do.
All right, so that's a half strength, right? So 18 Squigs popping out, and we'll get into Suns. Turn to hero phase. All right, so turn 2 hero phase for Suns. Battle tactic is just going to be intimidate the invaders, so have more units out of my deployment than within. And for prayer, Broad is just going to try and bless himself again. He does not, so he doesn't have a 6-up ward. And with that, we're going to go right into Suns, turn 2 hero phase. Or movement phase, sorry guys. Alright, so into the movement phase, General's moving up, Broad's stepping back a little bit, got to play extra defensively with him now that we're down to just our 2 models. We lost our Man Crushers very quickly. But we actually are going to try and charge in with the General here, because we hopefully want to deal with these Squigs that just came back, because they don't have any of the buffs on them. So let's see if he can make it. He gets that 3d6 charge. It's going to be a 9. We're going to have to measure that quickly.
It's going to be a good.
And he is definitely in there.
Might clip these guys, but they're not really.
Yeah, they're not
they don't
too
really care about that.
Just making sure we're also staying within 6. So we're going to do his impacts into the Squigs, which go off for d6, so 5 mortal wounds. Not a bad start.
And 1 wound.
All right, and then he will also primal roar them. So again, just above the leadership. So that is going to be 5 squigs just removed.
5, and then 1 wound still.
Got it. I guess the wound wouldn't carry because it's just removed at least. So that's going to be it for charge, and then the monstrous actions. So we'll get right into combat phase. All right, so we were curious about the flee from Primal Roar. I guess we missed it in the first turn when we did it there, but it does say flee, not remove for Primal Roar, and Jesse's squig rule is just on the word fleas. So we're going to say the squigs do get it. So we're going to see about 5 possible mortal wounds.
Hey, 5 mortal wounds.
5 mortal wounds, and he doesn't have a ward, so those are going straight through. But then we're going to go with, I think, everything into the squigs, because I just want to make sure these guys die.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do club, and...
You'll probably split, because they will flee from morale.
Yeah, I'll do the
don't
club,
leave too many, but...
and then I'll do the rest into these guys, actually.
They do, just so you are, they just do you still have their... Are we in turn 3 now? Or
2.
So they still have the 4-up ward.
Or is it a 5-up now?
It's 4-up, so I was wrong the first time we played. It's
okay.
First 2 rounds they have a 4-up, and then it degrades.
Oh, okay, okay. So, I mean, might as well go into them, because I don't want to pile in and trigger those other squigs. And those are only 2 targets there.
Okay.
So we'll go all-out attack. Should be able to get these guys. They're just 2 wounds apiece, the Goblet?
I believe they're 2. Might be 3. They're kind of like mini characters. They're 3 wounds each.
Alright, so we're going to try and actually pick up and just remove a Goblet.
Okay.
So we have to do double, so we get 2+ to this roll. So on a 4+, we'll throw one of those guys. So we are going to, we're going to squish one, and now on a 4+, we're going to throw one. So they are going to get thrown, and then I think it's just what their wounds are equal to.
Okay.
I rarely get the actual Skittle throw off here. Yeah, and then so number of mortal wounds equal to that save, so I will just put it into, I guess, the same unit.
You want to kill the 2 good ones, I assume, right?
Yeah,
so we're going to do the -1 to hit, and then the -1 rend.
Oh, you said you have your 4-up ward, so it's just 3 mortal wounds.
You still get that?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, so he's going to go down.
All right.
And then, all right, so back to regular attack. So we're going with the club, and then the kicks and the death grip into those guys. So with all out, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s. Oh my! So that's 3 straight through for 6 damage. Just gonna kill 3 more squigs.
Okay.
And then into Gobblepalooza on 2s for stomps, and then 3s. Oh my! He is whiffing, and his death grip missed. Oh, hits, thankfully. Wounds, rend 2. I'm guessing straight through for the Palooza.
Yeah.
D6 for 2 damage.
Okay. I'll roll that there.
So they take 1 damage. Wow, so not actually the greatest showing from the general there. I guess thankfully he got that hurl body off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so let's pile these guys in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3.
But thankfully these squigs, no buffs.
Nope, so just 4s.
4s and 3s, rend 1.
Yep.
And we ignore rend 1 at least, so we'll get our full save.
Oh, yeah,
Possibly do some mortals on the way back.
we're probably going to do more on when we flee, I imagine.
So 5 wounds?
5, -1.
So with the glowy shield, we're good. So still 4-up. 6s are immortal back. So we'll take 2 damage and we'll send 1 back.
Okay.
He's taken 7 so far. And then Gobblepalooza I can pile in and punch back.
So they got 1 attack each.
Get him, boys.
4s and 4s.
1 hit.
Nothing.
Alright.
And then I just got Battle Shock for them. I lost, I think it was 9 + 6. I think it was, something like that.
Yeah, because they would have been 16, and there's 8 or 18,
yeah.
right? And there's only 8 left, so you've lost 10.
All right, so I'm losing another
over, so 12 are fleeing, so that's everybody.
6.
And then they get to do mortals on the way out the door.
Yep. So 8. 3 up.
Oh yeah.
Not too bad.
So 6 more. He's got 13. So right, so really shows those guys ended up doing 11 mortal wounds with flee damage and 2 from combat without the buffs. So Just shows how awesome those squigs can be, even when they're not buffed up.
Yep.
And then auto passing with Palooza. They are bravery 5.
Lost 2. Honestly, I don't really care about them at this point because they don't have any good shit. So
they are gone.
That's okay.
All right. So that will get us our battle tactic and score 1, score 2 for Sons of Behemoth for 5 points, giving us a max score turn finally. So it will be 10-8 in favor of Gloomspite after 2. And let's see that important priority roll. 5.
So get your double.
We'll get our double. I think we're going to take it because what are the buffs on the squigs right now? They have
all the good stuff.
Yeah, and they're hitting on 2s with Hoarfrost.
Yeah, it's hitting on 2s.
Ren 2.
Ren 2, minus or 3s to wound, and then 6s do mortal wounds, and they also are in the combat phase. They
Near
can
him,
fight,
so he can give fight on death.
Yeah.
Ooh. And he gives that at the start of the combat phase?
Yeah, so if you do anything like before that, it doesn't count.
Gotcha. Alright, yeah, I think we got best chance is to take it because then we can
just almost sit on
try
the objective
and get an objective.
5.
Yeah, as long as we get another battle tactic, we can get another max score more easily. So yeah, we're going to get into Sons of Behemoth, turn 3, hero phase. Alright, so turn 3 hero phase for Sons. Battle tactic is going to be one of our unique ones just to smash a faction piece of terrain. So we're going after the Loon Shrine. And then we got to see if we can make Primal for Jesse. We do not. Make one from us.
Yes.
That's right, so there's one in the bank. And then Broad is going to, I guess we're just going to try and, for his prayer, he's going to try and make it so Sons get +2 to movement. He does not. And then I think that hurts. He takes 1 mortal wound.
Yeah, something like that.
From the priest prayer fail. And then that's going to be it for, heroic actions. Don't want to do Finest Hour just yet. No, we're going to try and just heal him. Come on, General. Oof. No way.
We're going to do Finest Hour on my Goblin King.
What? No way, I'm not going there. Alright, yeah, probably a good choice because that's probably who he's going to end up at least fighting. Hopefully maybe a little more, but I don't think we want him to go at the Squigs just yet. So with that, we'll get into Sons, turn 3, movement phase. Alright, so in the movement phase, we're bringing Broad over, just kind of keeping him back still. I don't want to get too overcommitted here, because if things go bad with the General, he could get overwhelmed as well if he tries to commit outward. But moving my General over, Jesse tried to do a redeploy to try and save his General. He only got the 1, so he decided to go the other route and kind of throw him into the thick of it and just be a little more of a speed bump for my General's charge. So with that, we're going to try and charge with my General here. So he's going 12 to where he wants. So we're going to get as far close to enemies as we can, but we got to stay within 3 inches of the terrain features so we can do the monstrous action. So it should be good there, and then we'll have reach to at least Scragrot and the boss. So impacts are going to go into the boss, which go off for 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
And then monstrous action, let's break that terrain. Oh, we don't.
Of course you don't.
So we're going to fail that battle tactic, unfortunately. And we'll get right into combat. So we're just going to kind of pile in ever so slightly, but we're staying 3 inches out because we're not tagging the Squigs into combat here.
Okay.
So we'll do, how many wounds does he have again?
He's got 3 left.
3 left. So we'll do the kicks and the death grip into him, and then I'll do the club into Scraggle.
Can he still do a stuff?
All right, he does his.
You could almost
Skittles.
stuff him.
Yeah, I could on because he's 4 wounds.
Yeah.
So on a 6, I can pick up your General and throw him.
Okay.
So let's see if we can get him with the skills. No. But that's okay.
Yeah.
But he is still getting base +4, so there's 2 more. So he's going to get 6 club attacks into Scragrot. And then everything else is going into the General, giving him all-out attack. Good choice. Very good choice. And wounding on 3s. So 3 Ren 2 into Scragrot.
Okay, straight through.
So 6 damage.
Okay, he's on 4 board. He stops 2.
Almost.
So he's got 4 left, or he's got 2 left.
2 left. And then jump up and down into the general for 2 hits. 2 wounds, run 2.
Straight.
For 4 damage.
That's enough.
That will pop the general at least. So at least we got rid of the general, so Jesse's down CP next turn, maybe. Don't think he's
I don't really
too
use
worried
it
about
too
it.
much.
Yeah, because Squigs can't receive it. So yeah, for people who are wondering, why didn't he redeploy with Squigs to try and steal this objective? Squigs can't receive commands.
Patrick forgot to. So.
Yeah, I forgot to. I got a little worried. I was like, you're probably going to redeploy onto this. And he reminded me that that is not a thing that Squigs can do. So thankfully, thankfully for that, but unfortunately we didn't get our battle tactic as we wanted. So it's going to be 3 points for Suns after turn 3. You're going to score 1, score 2, score more. Oh, right, what am I saying? Scragart gets the punch back here.
He's not going to do much.
I thought we killed everybody.
So 3 attacks, 3s and 3s.
2 hits. 1.
-1.
5 up.
He's good. All right, didn't matter.
All right. And as I said, so we'll get the 3 points for Suns. There's no bravery checks for Jesse at the end of the hero phase, or battle shock phase. So we can get into Gloomspite, turn 3 hero phase. All right, so turn 3 hero phase for Gloomspite. What's your battle tactic going to be, Jesse?
So we're going to be doing reprisal, so trying to take out...
My general who just took out your general?
Yeah.
I like it.
We're going to use Scragrot's thing to make sure the moon just stays in the middle, because why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to... We can't give them the 6 to do mortal wounds, unfortunately, because you slayed my general. So we will try and give them Hoarfrost. You do have a deny still?
Yes.
We will throw...
Oh, forgot to roll for primals.
Primal? Nope. So we
Nope,
just have the 1.
There's just the 1 in the bag.
I'll throw the 1 at it.
Oh, so you got 14. Don't like it. Can't beat it.
Okay, still got 1 other spell.
So that was Hoarfrost for that one?
Yeah.
So see what...
Ooh, so we'll make him Ren 3, baby!
Uh-oh.
And then we got Scragrot's 2 spells. So let's do his signature spell point blank. 6, so good chance you can deny it. Goes off on a 7.
Nope, I'm on...
Okay.
Lines, yep. Yeah, because you have +1 for him.
Yep, from his crown. 3 pluses.
Just 3 mortals.
3 mortals.
Yeah.
And he's got 1 other spell, so I think we're going to go for... Oh. Let's go for Squiggler, just in case we roll a double 1.
There we go. It's not enough.
Does not go off, I don't think.
That's okay. Hopefully you can make the 3.
I've done it before, though. Let's just double check here. It's a 5, so no. Actually, yes.
Squiggler goes off on a 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has +1
Yeah.
from the crown. So it does go
Good
off.
thing I checked.
Yeah.
All right. And I think, honestly, that's it for the hero phase for me.
All right. And then, heroic actions. We're just going to do Finest Hour on my general. And what's your...
We'll do Finest Hour on Scragrat.
All right. All right. Let's get to Gloomspite. Turn 3, movement phase. All right. So in the movement phase for Gloomspite, the Bounders came bouncing over to secure the far objective. And then the other unit of Bounders is getting ready to try and hold Broad at bay. And then coming around, Scragrat decided to pull out of combat and then make room for more Squigs to get in and make that charge. So since he's pulled back, I guess he's not getting to use his shooting attack.
Yep.
So we're going to go right into charge phase.
So let's see
Squigs.
They do have a reroll, but I don't think I need it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did have the lure off.
Yeah, so we'll leave that.
So they're definitely going to get in. Yeah, with pile-in and double row, you should be able to get lots in. So we'll pile all those guys in and see where they end up. All right, so after making the charge and piling in, the Squigs are just about all in there, ready to do lots of damage. But first we're going to start with a monstrous action as Jesse continues to count out his dice here. We're going to try and primal roar these guys. Whoop! Picking that back up, see if we can get some. They're going to still be able to flee damage, but I'd rather just take the 1 mortal versus all that output. So at a 7, so that's going to just be 4 Squigs are going to be fleeing here. 2. I guess unless you want it to be herders.
No, so they don't get to do the damage on the way out,
Exactly.
and these ones couldn't. They were too far to fight anyways.
Yep.
You said 4, right?
Yep.
3s. So take 2.
2 more immortals. Sketch. And so he has 13. We're going to get his pal ready over here. So he's got 14 on him now. So 21 wounds remaining. Let's see what these squigs can do. They're Ren 3.
Ren 3, yep.
Yeah, we all out defense. So
Hitting on 4s.
Go down to 2, so we'll at least have a 5-up save.
6s do not do mortal wounds because you slayed my general.
Oh, perfect.
So, save you some there. And now I'm just going to try and...
Hitting on 4s here.
Yep.
Just going to try and help Jesse where I can.
Appreciate it.
Oh, that's good. Because this is lots of attacks from these guys.
I'd use a dice roller if anyone would let me, but, you know, it's not as fun.
Yeah. 4s, right?
Yep. Cool. Oh, there's one more there.
Oh. More there.
There we go.
Cheeky 3s. And then moving on 3s.
Very nice. And I'll just pick out these.
Not too bad.
3, 6, 12. 12, so 24, 25, 26.
Woo! All
Minus
right.
3.
26 minus 3. Alright, we got 10. Gonna do this a couple times so we can get them all in hand. So we're only 5-ups. So he's taken 7 so far.
Okay, I'll just keep the track for you.
He takes another 9, so that's 16.
Okay.
And then he's got 6 more saves. He's got to make at least 2 of these.
Oh, right.
Okay, he makes all of those
Okay.
ones. So he took, we're at 17, we said?
Yep.
So yeah, so it's 17 damage. We had 14 health. So he's got
So you should.
4 health remaining.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
Just 4 life left on him. Ooh, he is hurting. All right. But at least there's a lot of bodies near him, so he's still going to get his max club attacks because there's at least 10 bodies near him. So he is going to swing away. So hitting on 3s. Ooh, he's feeling it.
Fatigue.
Wounding on 2s because of our finest day. So that is 10 damage. So that'll be 5 squigs.
And they will get to fight.
Uh-oh, probably bringing himself down. Then his jump up and downs. That's 3 hits. And 3 wounds straight through for 5 damage.
It's another 5. Oh, 5 damage. So
Yeah, it's 5 damage, so 2.5.
Okay, so another.
And death grip hits. And wounds straight through for 6 damage, so another 3. Oh, we are very much going to take some hurt as these guys do their fights on death here.
All right. Oh.
Whoa. So many dice.
Try and do this as quick as possible here.
All right, sorry about that, guys. There are a little technical difficulties. My little Squiggy's home from school sick today, so I had to go quickly help him out. But we're gonna get that many wounds are getting through from the squig. So what do we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15
Yep, that's
saves
perfect.
on 5-up. Let's do it.
I think we got him.
He is going down.
The timbering.
Oh,
He is.
he will timber. So he's gonna do just D3 mortals to the squigs for 1
Kill the
mortal.
one that's wounded.
All right, and the general has fallen. Now we have a chance for a reprisal if we can kill those squigs.
Okay, I had 11 die plus, so we're losing 11.
10 more?
Yeah.
10 more will flee, but he's got lots of handlers still, so he can make those guys kind of just come right on back.
Okay, and then I don't think we have anything that can come out of the Loon Shrine yet, so I think that'll be it.
All right, so that'll be score 1 for Gloomspite, score 2, and score more, and then Jesse is also getting his battle tactic because he got reprisal finished. So that'll be another 5 points for Gloomspite after 3. So it is 15 to 11 in favor of Gloomspite after 3. Let's see that priority roll.
2.
All right, so it's going to go into Sons of Behemoth, turn 4, hero phase. All right, so turn 4 for Sons of Behemoth. Unfortunately, we're just going to have to throw away a battle tactic because I don't think there's any that are possible for us. That there's just too many things that have to go right to get them to go off this turn. So we're just going to throw one away with Magical Dominance because we don't have any casting. We're going to see if we make any Primal Dice. I make one in the pool.
Just one.
And then for Heroic Action, we're just going to get a command point on Broad. He does because my General is gone.
Try to get a command point on Grincrack this time. And he gets it this time.
And with that, then for prayers, Broad is just going to try and give himself the extra 2-inch movement, which he does. So he's got another 2-inch movement on him. So would all other sons, but we kind of lost those guys. So with that, we're going to get into Sons of Behemoth, turn 4, movement phase. All right, very quick movement phase down to 1 model. King Broad's coming around with that extra movement, and he's going to try and make a charge into these guys and then still possibly get on the objective here. He's going to fail and reroll.
All right,
so with 9, he's going to get around and end with just in half an inch on these guys. So he will definitely get that objective secured. We're going to do his impacts. Oh, no impacts. What's the bravery on these guys? Probably 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think it's
so
5.
Let's primal roar them. So that is 4 going to flee.
So we'll leave this
because they're only 2 wound models, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it only works on 1 or 2 wound models. So 4 are fleeing.
Just the Sarge.
All right, and then we got to see what Mr. King Broad can do with his big mighty hammer. So he's going to get 4 attacks with the hammer. They're 5 damage each. So hitting on 3s.
Good.
And wounding on 3s. So 1.
Still gets him.
Yeah, run 2, 5 damage.
Will be 6-up save.
Got him.
Cleaved.
And then with his, or sorry, we already would have had our chance for pile in. We're just staying put. So that will be score 1, score 2, score more for Broad and the Megas this turn. So it'll be another 3 points. So it'll be 15 to 14 in favor of Gloomspite after Sun's turn 4, with still the chance for Gloomspite to score in turn 4 here. And with that, we're going to get into Gloomspite, turn 4, hero phase. All right, so turn 4 hero phase for Gloomspite. Apologies, guys, we didn't roll for the Squall and for the Moon moving just yet, so Jesse's going to roll for those now.
So the Moon stays in the
center, and did the Squall go away? The Squall was gone this turn, but didn't think it was going to matter too much because shooting's not really a thing right now, but I guess it did affect whether or not these guys get to keep their fly and use it. So with that, we're going to, what's your battle tactic going to be for turn 4?
I think we're just going to go for surround and destroy.
So just 3 battlefield edges.
So I don't think we really want to engage him with the models we have. We don't have a squig that's ready enough to fight, but I will get some back here real quick.
Yeah, so they all get to stand up possibly.
So 2 herders die, and then I get 3, 4, 5 back.
Nice. Yeah, and then if the squigs get too close, that gives a chance for reprisal next turn, so Jesse probably doesn't want to give up a battle tactic to maintain that point advantage.
So for casting, we're going to be trying to just give Hoarfrost to those guys.
Yep.
Which goes off.
Because he has the +1, yep. Broad, try and stop it. He stops it finally.
Okay.
And you can keep unbinding.
We're going to try to teleport the Mad Cat from Scragrock. It doesn't even go off.
I guess, did we roll primal for your phase?
Yeah, we did.
Right.
I got 1. But
and then I had 1 in the pool. So we're at 2.
I mean, I think it's worth it. So 6, 7, 8.
So it will go off, so we'll try and stop that because we have another bind. So we'll throw a primal at it. And another primal.
I think that beats it already.
What do you got there? 8?
Oh yeah, 8. Sorry.
Yeah, so final primal. We'll stop that one.
Okay. So no teleporting. And I think that is it for the hero phase.
All right, so we're getting into Gloomspite, turn 4, movement phase. All right, so end of the movement phase, the Bounders came down, getting to the far edge. wizard moving over far objectives, separating Jesse's 2 wizards because he knows with only 1 turn left and I have Slaughter of Sorcery for my grand strategy, I won't be able to kill them both there because Broad doesn't have a throwing attack. And then the Squigs just kind of forming a line, trying to keep me outside of that 12 of the Loon Shrine, again, to keep Jesse's grand strategy alive. And then the far Underworld Warband guys getting to the far side to make sure Jesse gets his battle tactic. And that's going to be it for Gloomspite on turn 4. So Jesse is going to get 1 point for holding 1 objective and 2 points for his battle tactic. So his first 3 points scored this game so far. But so far he's got quite the point lead that he's far enough ahead. So really we're going to see priority here. And if Jesse wins priority, it's pretty much a lock for Gloomspite.
Yep.
Yeah, so with Jesse, he would make me go first. So that way I have to make the choice. I can either step off this objective, which I probably would because I would go for reprisal and try and kill the Squigs. And then that turn I would get my 5 points and I would get the slight edge. But then Jesse has so many options to quickly come in, scoop 2 objectives, and he can get easily has multiple...
Still have Intimidate as
He still has Intimidate, so if the Squigs are dead, he has these guys all that just need to get out. He could teleport one of his wizards. So he has easily a play for 5 points in turn 5. And again, I can't slaughter both of the sorcerers Jesse has remaining, so there's no way for Sons of Behemoth to get our grand strategy. And again, if we don't get close enough and get within 12 inches of the shrine, we can't deny Jesse's grand strategy. So it's kind of looking like turn 5 would, best case scenario, be 5 points for Sons of Behemoth, but it would then end up being 8 points, including the grand strategy at the end for Gloomspite, which would guarantee that Gloomspite are going to be victorious this day. Just really showing off, I think, the awesomeness of those Squigs when trying to meet them with just other brute force. Those guys with their buffs and just the amount of bodies that they put out, and then coming back from the Loon Shrine again. Squigs are just really, really awesome and can cut down the big and mighty Mega Gargants that a lot of armies are pretty intimidated by.
Just weight of dice and then, like, getting to fight on death is what really kind of screws Gargants.
1 Mega and then the 3 Man Crusher is pretty much dead. Turn 1 was a very big blow for Suns when we only had 5 models. Or sorry, we had 6 models today, or a high number for us, but we lost 4 of those models pretty quickly, just to the 1 unit of Squigs. But it's not too much. I think I would have done differently. I would have hoped that the Man Crushers swung a little bit bigger, because then there wouldn't have been as much damage to go into my Mega. So the dice didn't go so well for Megas today. We were missing
a lot of your combat.
Even on 2s, we were getting lots of 1s to hit. But it is a dice game, so that's just what happens sometimes, right? That's where you gotta play the different matches, learn those different strategies, and incorporate that into your matches, right? And always be aware of that. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's a lot of fun, today's little whack-a-mole theme, just seeing how many Squigs these Gargants could smack down. We did get through quite a lot of them, but the blue unit did not get eliminated at all. It's still the same original unit, so it didn't have to come back. But the other unit came back
and was slaughtered killed, pretty quickly.
So that is just so many Squigs, right? That's over 50 Squigs. With them standing back up at half strength.
It's like over 100 wounds of Squigs that you mauled through, essentially.
Absolutely, super duper fun. And again, as you saw, when they didn't have their buffs and we got at that unit that came back, not nearly as much damage, right? So trick with dealing with this kind of Gloomspite list, either gotta just be super resilient yourself, and can kind of get tied up with these guys and not get pushed off, which is pretty hard. But otherwise, it's really, you got to try and get at some of those support heroes and deal with those guys. Especially this guy who gives out that nasty and awesome fight on death that Jesse loves to give his Squigs. But thank you guys so much for watching the battle report today. I know it was a little bit shorter one. Kind of ends up being that way when it's destruction on destruction, just because of all the violence. But make sure if you guys are ever in town, be sure to swing by Game Night Leagues and say hi to Tristan. He'll absolutely take care of you guys. It's an awesome spot to play a game and have a drink. And then also, if you guys are ever looking for any used models, be sure to check out Thunder Games and Gifts. Those guys will take care of all of your used model hobby needs. But until then, and until next time, guys,
have a good one.